Hi friends, welcome to the YouTube channel. So today we are going to study about the chapter in the chemistry, that is surface chemistry. So in the surface chemistry, so first of all, as its name indicates, surface chemistry. Surface means any surface, which may be solid surface or any other hard material substance. For example, this is the surface of a one solid material. This surface or this material may be a solid or a liquid, but the gases are not having a surface. Why? Because they are present randomly, they are not accumulated at one position, and they are not having a structure and shape. Hence the gases are not having a surfaces, but the solids and liquids are having the surfaces. So let's take the surface of a solid material. So in this unit we are going to study the phenomena that are occurring at the surface of a solid. For example, consider this as a solid surface. For example, the deposition of gaseous particles on the surface of solid, that all the process, whether it may be deposition, whether it may be any chemical reaction that is going to occur on the surface of this solid, that all we are going to study in this chapter, that is surface chemistry. For example, this is gaseous state, this is solid state. So how to represent that adsorption or deposition of gaseous molecules on the surface of solid? In the unit surface chemistry means G hyphen or slash S. So by this way we can represent the surface phenomena. That means the gas is going to deposit on the surface of a solid material. So this is about the surface chemistry. And again, this surface chemistry has many uses in other phenomena such as corrosion or rusting of iron, then electrode process, then third one, heterogeneous catalysis, then fourth one, dissolution, then fifth one, crystallization. So first one, corrosion. So corrosion so means surface chemistry has the uses or applications in these five processes. First one, it has the application or use in corrosion. Second one, electrode. Third one, heterogeneous catalysis. Then fourth one, dissolution, and fifth one, crystallization. So first one, surface is also one of the surface or interface phenomena. Surface chemistry, as I already told, surface chemistry is the branch of science which deals with the study of phenomena that are occurring at the surfaces. So it is also one surface phenomena. So likewise, corrosion is also one of the surface phenomena. For example, this is a solid of iron. This is a solid surface of which element or which metal? Iron. So iron will get rusted or corroded if it reacts with water and oxygen. So 6 molecules of water plus 3 molecules of oxygen plus 4 molecules of iron to give 4 FeOH thrice. Means iron will get converted it into iron oxide or iron hydroxide by combining with water. This is present in the atmosphere, and oxygen, again it is present in the atmosphere. So these rust which is in the form of flaky surface which is going to occur at the surface of a iron, which is going to occur at the surface of a iron, means this iron will get converted into iron hydroxide by reacting with water and oxygen. So 4Fe plus 6H2O plus 3O2 which gives 4FeOH thrice. This is also one of the surface phenomena. What? Corrosion. Corrosion is also one of the surface phenomena. So next one, electrode processes. So electrode processes means, for example, this is especially these electrode processes are used to get the pure form of that element from its compounds. For example, this is a copper sulfate solution. This is one copper sulfate solution. We want to remove the copper from the copper sulfate solution. So copper sulfate is one compound. So copper is one element or a metal. So we want to remove that copper from its compound copper sulfate. So what we have to do? We have to introduce one metal, that is zinc metal. So what will happen? The copper will dissociate or ionize into its constituent forms Cu2 plus plus SO4 2 minus. So again the zinc will liberate to convert it into its ionic form. So zinc will convert it into its ionic form by liberating 2 electrons. By releasing 2 electrons, it will be converted it into ionic form, that is cation. So the released 2 electrons will be taken or gained by the copper to form into its elemental form Cu. Copper will take the 2 electrons that is released by the zinc and make it a copper, and that will deposit on the surface of zinc metal. So by this way we can remove the copper from its copper sulfate solution. So this is the electrode process. So third one, heterogeneous catalysis. Heterogeneous catalysis. Heterogeneous catalysis means the reactants and the catalyst are. So first of all, catalysis. Catalysis is the phenomena in which if we introduce any compound or any element, it will accelerate the rate of the reaction. For example, if we take N2 plus 3H2 which gives 2NH3, these are present in the gaseous form, and iron is the catalyst which is present in the solid form, and this is also present in the gaseous form. So the reactant, they are present in the gaseous form and the catalyst is present in the solid form, and it is also gas. Reactant product are present in gas form, catalyst is present in the. So basically, what do you mean by catalyst? Catalyst are the substances which will accelerate the rate of the reaction. Accelerate means you will get the product in lower temperature or very fastly. For example, if you are getting that reaction in 40 degrees Celsius, so by adding the catalyst we will get the reaction in only 20 degrees Celsius. Means it will accelerate or reduce the rate of the reaction, accelerate the rate of the reaction or speed of the reaction. Then dissolution. Dissolution means what? Intermixing of the two liquids. For example, this is one liquid and if we introduced another one liquid, so this is also one of the dissolution. So this is also one of the surface phenomena. Then fifth one, crystallization. Crystallization means, for example, we have taken a sea water in a beaker, and if we heated it, whatever the water vapors are there or whatever the liquid which is present in the salt, you have taken the sea water. Starting from the first, you have taken the sea water in the beaker. So this sea water contains the salt plus water. So we want only the salt, so we don't want the water. So how to remove? By heating it in the presence of a flame. So the water will be converted in the form of vapors, and that the water will evaporate, leaving behind the salt at the bottom. By this way the crystallization occur. So this is also one of the bit or the phenomena that is coming in the surface chemistry. So next one. So this is about up to this we have studied the surface chemistry definition and It has the following application or uses in corrosion, electrode processes, heterogeneous catalysis, then dissolution, crystallization. Then how to study the surface chemistry. How to study the surface chemistry. For example, this is a solid surface. So in order to study the solid surface, whatever the reaction that are going to occur on the surface of the solid, first of all it should be very clean. No other gas should be deposited on its surface. So how to remove the unwanted gases that are going to observe on the surface of a solid? First of all, you have to remove by using vacuum pump by applying a pressure of about 10 raised to minus 8 to 10 raised to minus 9 Pascal pressure. By applying a pressure of about 10 raised to minus 8 to 10 raised to minus 9 Pascal pressure, we can remove the unwanted gases from the surface, and suddenly we have to keep in a vacuum. Vacuum means in which no other gas is present. So by this way we can study the surface phenomena. So this is about the definition, uses, and how to study the surface phenomena. Thank you for watching this video.